New Zealand. You've come up 8 trading days in a row. Okay, this massive spike came on with the RBNZ news. Okay, Reserve Bank of New Zealand often dictates the value of this currency pair. In fact, overall it does. And you come all the way up here, and some of you will have shorted around here. Okay, now as I was saying, it doesn't mean you got this wrong. Okay, it means you were wrong temporarily. You haven't lost money yet. Okay, now as I said, I'm one of these people. I'm short. All right. But I'm never going to panic because I know when this pulls down, I can hedge and I can collect gains to mitigate this. Okay, and I can keep doing that as the market teeters along, keep shorting, keep longing, and just take gains like that. Now, eventually this will have to pull down. You cannot go up forever. You have hit into some key monthly resistance, okay, which is really handy to know as well. And you need to train your eye really to do this. This is a lot of what I teach. That to some people is invisible and they don't understand what it is or why it happens. But anyhow, that was a good PA level for shorts. You can see if I draw lines either side, you've got channeling action. You're just at the top of this channel again. Would you put your money on it falling? I would. Okay, and I am. I'm short. I'm short for the second time. I've DCA'd in ×2 and I'm retaining my short from earlier. Okay, because if you look at the history of this particular pair, you can see along the bottom where I'm drawing these blue arrows continually, and you've got the red arrows above, that the market has not come under this channel or over it. Okay, you've gone sideways for years. So again, trading is about probabilities and it's about managing risk. What would you put your money on here? Would you put your money on it going short and falling like it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times previously? Or would you put it going like this? Now, eventually, it will do that. It will come out of here and it will go up. Okay, but you don't know when that's going to be. I don't know when that's going to be. And I really don't care. I would rather short now. And if I have to DCA in further, I have to DCA in further. I'll spread my risk. I'll hedge. I'll reduce if I need to. And I'll always stay within the drawdown limit that is acceptable for my equity amount. So as my equity amount changes, in other words, the market rises against me, I will reduce my risk. I'll do all sorts of precautions to make sure no matter how high the pound New Zealand goes, I will not be closed out. Okay, and it's really important to do that. If you're here for signals, you should probably go. This is not a signal service. I teach. I don't give signals. Signals will never ever work. Okay. Reason being, if I tell you to short this, okay, let's say I said, right, I'm going to short the pound New Zealand today on this occasion. It might just do that, all right? But what is your size going to be? If you've got a 10k account, what's your size going to be? If you've got a 20k account, what's your size going to be? If you're completely under cap, if you don't have enough money, basically, if you're underfunded and you've got a 1k account, even if the price falls, you'll get closed out. If your stop loss is wrong, you'll get closed out. If your approach is wrong, you'll get closed out. It doesn't matter if I say it's short. It is short, okay? But within that, you just copying doesn't work, because if it did, everyone would be absolutely rich. Okay? All you would need is one trader. Okay? That is inside the course. I'm afraid I can't publish that. That is different for every single asset. It's different for your equity amount. It's different for the market news. All sorts. It's not a one sentence answer. It varies. But yeah, that's exactly what I teach. If you don't have that, you can't trade. So that's why I don't publish it on the live streams. But as I said, this is short. That is a short because you've seen it go short so many times before. And trading is about probability, it's about likelihood, and it's about judging your risk based on likelihood. Low likelihood should not have high risk, and vice versa. And the mistake people make is they keep their risk the same for every single trade, but every single trade has a different probability. That it goes without saying. Okay, the chance of every trade is not written in stone in probability, but it certainly varies. Okay, so someone, for example, they might get long here in between this channel, but the issue is if they get long, what is their risk size? Is it the same as it was here? And why? So That's why you need risk plans. Every trade has a different probability. There is no trade that has the same probability. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Please do ask a question if you can. There's loads of people in here, so I expect loads of questions, I hope. Don't sit quiet. Don't be shy. Ask something. And if you are new, go to willsebastian.com. There's a webinar on there. There's free training, hours of it. You can learn all sorts about what is right, what is wrong, and how to avoid getting absolutely wasted. And it's really, really a good idea to do that today because the news is very prolific. It's really paramount to your learning that you spend time with risk management and things like that. If you get a shocker in the market today and you don't know how to handle it, there's no point in you trading. You will lose your money. It's just how things will go. That is unfortunate, but if you don't plan, if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. Pretty much is the answer. Pound yen bias is exactly the same. If you pip up slightly higher, then I like it short. Coming in with that PA there. If you go the 12-month, because the market is semi-extreme, you can see that a little better with previous price levels. Questions, pop them in. And anyone new, www.willsebastian.com is the URL. So I'm just going to swap onto another yen pair. No one's asked me a question just yet. I've got the euro yen here. Euro yen, really interesting. That rejection comes about because, again, what are you putting your money on? Where's the horse running? The horse has won the race several times. Would you put your money on it? Probably. Okay, that's really how odds work and how probabilities work. Something that's happened before becomes more likely by virtue of the fact that it happened. All right. Now, what you've had with euro yen is you've come straight to support. So there'll be people who swap their time frame up. They look at the weekly and they go, wow, that's high. Okay. And you're absolutely right. That is high. And it was a short there. And we said it was short and it's now come down. And it's still a high price. However, you're hitting on very early support. You can see that on the weekly. If you look at my chart, you can see the dotted line there is right on top of that candle wick. And if you look underneath, those candle wicks are likely to line up with something a long time ago like this. Okay, historic levels never fade. You will hit things that went on 50 years ago, 100 years ago. It never ends. Okay, so, and this won't go straight for some reason. There we are. So yeah, you're at early support. Remember, it's always really wise to look back to early support. It can exist a very long time ago, especially in pushed markets. XPD, it's at a dip and I'm long on that. Could you check, please? I can. As I said before, I'm not really a signals person. I mean, Palladium, as I was saying yesterday, I think you asked, I wouldn't trade it. It's weak. I think you'll go lower. I think you'll go lower under. And it's just how things have evolved as of very late. But if you look at the previous push, like that, and it comes straight away back down. It's interesting, but really, I would, it's fine to want to trade stuff like this. But if you just look at the right of my screen, how many other things can you trade that don't look this awkward? Is my answer. I just wouldn't bother trading it. I don't think it's going to get long. I think it's going to come under. Don't sell it because you've missed it. You've missed the chance. You should have shorted up here or shorted up there. I just wouldn't trade it. It's a dip and I'm long. There's not much you can do unless you have hedging methods and you're using DCA, then you'd be okay, which is in my academy. If you don't have it, it's under there. But I wouldn't buy it. So, okay, any other pairs? Any FX pairs, guys? Indice markets, commodities, doesn't matter what it is, ask away. Dollar yen, as many of you will know, I called it short at this area, really. You've come down, you've got a chance to reshort, and you're down a little way. Okay, put the time frame up slightly, and I think you'll get a bounce away from there, where I've just drawn this eclipse inside that area. So that will probably look something like this if the market pops up. And again, you're trading with a natural trajectory. You want to come up and down, up and down, up and down. That is how moves form. You might see that with the debt ceiling news. So you could put pending orders. The only other thing I'd be slightly wary of, again, much like your euro yen, is that you're hitting on very, very early support, historic support, hence why you've rebounded so quickly. There's not an enormous amount of profit margin in this, and it will probably be a scalper's market. Therefore, if you are more risk averse, you're not advanced, okay, you're a bit worried about trading, perhaps you're new and you haven't come in my academy yet and you don't know what's going on, that is a better short zone for you. I would probably say near a 1418. I wouldn't be surprised if you pop up there, but in the meantime, you have got scalp short opportunities. So accordingly, you need to lower your risk. No problem. Great to see you. I'm not sure if you've been here before, so it's nice to have you on. Excuse me while I drink my coffee. Oil, absolutely Phillips, an Academy member. So we'll go over oil and I'll do gold as well just in a second. So I've got oil and gold on the list. Did I cover NJ? Peter, great to see you again. I'll do NJ now. I just need to get it on my chart. Just making note of these so I don't forget. Oil, gold, NJ, great. I think guys are coming in the Discord. If you do want to join in there, go ahead and feel free. So New Zealand yen, I will start on because it's an FX pair. I'm long New Zealand. You can see you've got a bounce already today. If I swap my time frames lower, you can see rejection in the market. That's a good sign. First, you've come right under this previous low, just about. Okay. You may have institutional buying there, but I'm not heavily interested in that. My reason for getting long is just re-attacking these levels. Again, where's your money going? What horse are you backing? Okay, the horse has bounced many times already. It's a bouncy horse, okay? And you're hitting it again. So it happened here. Bang, you took profit. Happened there. Boom, you're out for gains. It's happening again. 1, 2. Where would your money go? Okay, now it may go under and it may attack the other bouncy horses below. All right, you can think of a seahorse if you like. They're a bit more buoyant, aren't they? But nonetheless, I think you'll get up here. Your risk is different here, so you cannot long the same size as you long before. You need trading plans for that. Even if I told you this was long, you can still mess up the trade. So, is internet? No, I'm not concerned about the news. I will use the news according to my plan. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. If the market pulls down, I'll add. If it goes up, I'll exit and short. It's as simple as that. But as I said, you need specific rules to that. Just so everyone knows as well, if you haven't come on here yet, it is free to start with. Anyone who wants to be a serious trader and get things right and actually, be consistent, I've just lowered my academy price for today with this debt ceiling stuff, so people can come on and their risk is set before and if things go into carnage mode. If there's no deal, you might get wasted. So I've changed my price. I've dropped it for the academy full sign up, and it's cheaper. So you can learn, but it will end today. I'm going to pull it out today. It's not forever. It's just so people can come on, they can manage the risk, they won't get wasted, they can learn a lot from the experience, and it kickstarts their learning. And I am mentoring within that as well. So US oil. Okay, US oil. I had it long. I still would say it's long, but I wouldn't go mad with it. You have got risk in the market with news. Again, you've seen it bounce. Only light longs here. Okay, only light longs at this point. Don't go mad. I would only light long trade that. I think you might extend down here first. So I would hold off if you do. That is your area. I've said for a very long time, I would not be surprised, and I expect oil eventually is going to come under here. Okay, I really wouldn't be shocked if it does, especially with news being prolific. I would expect to go down there. Don't short it. As I said before, you're too late. You wanted to sell, it should have been up there. Let it fall, then get long. Okay. Gold, and then I will come over to this Prince token. Okay, so gold's interesting, but I'm going to start on my daily. Swap to my 4 hour. Gold, what you've got is you come up, you're dipping back. This isn't amazing to the long side. I think even if you do push up, you won't get enormously far. I would hold off gold for now. I would swap your daily. I would let news happen. If you pop up radically up here, you could start to scale in short again. I would do it very lightly. I would not go nuts with it. I might even consider holding off until about 2000. If you're looking long, it's going to have to drop lower for me. Okay, we said about 1920 many times. I said repeatedly on live streams for ages it was going to fall from here. It's come down. Hold off at the moment. Push up, get short. Fall down, get long. Okay, don't go nuts. Double bottom, not double top. I'm not sure what you mean or what you're referencing, but you can let me know. US 30. Just get it here. So US 30. So what you've got is a bounce off here. You can see the reaction isn't strong. You come straight from this resistance, all these candle wicks in brief terms, and I would expect you to beat this candle wick and come under here. That's where I would like it long. If I was going to short this, again, I'm betting on the horse and I'm doing it higher. But at this point, I would only be very light. I wouldn't go nuts. Reason being is you've hit it so many times, it's either going to go up or it's going to go down. Okay? You just need to be ready for that and prepared. There's a lot of negative dragging sentiment in the market now. I've got shorts I've held on the FTSE. I'm keeping them open in case. And I'll exit on falls. US 30 I've done. Gold, oil, NJ done. News today, really interesting. Lots of people probably ask me about the news. Just understand that, it could be prolific. You could, like, for example, on the FTSE, get absolutely wasted. You could have it on the S&P, okay? Don't try and guess what's going to happen. You should never do that, okay? Because the fact is, nobody in here, I don't know, nobody on TradingView, nobody knows what that news is going to do, okay? You just don't. It can go up, the market, it can go down. But the beauty of trading is, if it goes down, you don't have to guess. You can wait. You can just wait for it to happen, right? And then if it goes up, you can also wait for that to happen. The beauty of trading is that you can wait. You don't have to be in before. You can wait. Trade the reaction, not the action, okay? The reaction. You're not anticipating anything. You're just waiting. Pound CAD. And it's important to be patient in trading because there is no amount of time anyone can say anything will take. Pound CAD, I called it short yesterday, and you're out for gains. Go on my profile, there's a full video analysis of that. You should be out for gains. Okay? Coming to early support, lower time frame, early support, kill it off. If you were short, you're out for gains. You could lightly long that. I wouldn't be surprised if you get intraday gains, and more so down here. Okay? So you can either long now for scalp gains, or you can long lower again for scalp gains with less risk because the price is lower, naturally bringing down your long side risk. So that's pound CAD. I've done that on my profile. You can actually go and see that. I'll show you where that is. If you're coming in, smash the boost. Go and get my free workshop training. Go to the webinar. You'll learn. It's this one. Okay, I called it short. It went short. Should have exited for gains, I hope. So we've gone through a lot. As I said, the debt ceiling votes today. You've got CAD news. I don't know, actually. I've been trying to find out. I'm sure it says somewhere. You can probably Google it for the exact time, but maybe they're liaising on how long it will take, when it will be. The time it can take might vary because they might chatter for ages, but it's today. You can get that on Google. Okay, so any questions, guys? Any at all? I'll be worried if you don't have any at this point, because you should. It's a risky day. I'll look at our dollar pairs because I probably have not done that yet. A lot of people want to know about euro dollar, pound dollar. Well done to the guys who do actually come here every day. Some of you are Academy members, some of you are not yet. I'm sure you will be at some point. You wouldn't come back every day if you thought I had no idea what I was talking about. I wouldn't do these streams if I had no idea what I was talking about. So euro dollar, just because of the way the news is at the moment and how far you could get smoked, I would lightly long at this predetermined level. You've seen bounces at it before, lots of candle wicks, high time frames. I think you'll push down to this, and for that reason, any longs you take here, just don't go nuts. Just make them light, or at least I would. There's no point in going, oh my word, I know exactly what's going to happen with this debt ceiling. The euro's going to fly. No, stop there. Okay, I don't know, you don't know. All we can do is use technical analysis, cover our risk with fundamental analysis, and trade alongside the market mood as it goes. That's all you can do. Pound dollar. I think you'll push under this low. You bounced and you're coming harshly back now. It's a little bit like the palladium chart someone just asked me about. Put your time frames up, and I think you'll get under here. I think you'll touch on these candle wicks. So that for me is under the nearest wick. It's 1226. Again, I would take it lightly. You've got scary time today. If you read anywhere, they say, wow, this could really be a bit hairy. And it can. It really can. I mean, if there is a default, that's a shocker. No one's ever seen that. People aren't going to trust the US for money borrowing. Global economy wasted. You can make money out of all of this, obviously. If you're trying to guess with signals, it will not happen. I can tell you that now, and you'll probably lose a lot. So just be very careful, even if you don't trade at all. If you think, I want to follow signals and not manage my risk, and I don't know how to DCA, and I'm closing out of trades, and I don't know how to hedge, it just gets hairy. So I've covered many charts: euro dollar, pound dollar, or dollar, perhaps. Or dollar, it's coming down. You've seen it push up, and it's just getting smoked away. Go to the weekly. I think you'll probably get a bounce nearer this. I'm not entirely confident in longing until you get down to 6.3. I'd let it drag, let it do its thing. It's a difficult chart really at this point because it's just getting slammed down. But I would only scale in long on further falls. I don't think you're low enough yet. And you can see there's previous PA. You have to use your higher time frames at times like this. Because if you don't, you're going to miss a lot of key things that are going on. If you don't want to trade AUD, I would much prefer to trade euro dollar, pound dollar. Okay, they're in better positions. New Zealand dollar, I like it long 587 area. Again, getting pulled down harshly. I like it long lower. It has to fall for me. Euro New Zealand, on your monthly, you've obviously had rejection. You're pushing up on your weekly. I'm short with this. Okay, like your pound New Zealand, I like this short. Looking into add, if you get any higher, probably near around here, much more spread out. If you get up there, I'll re-short. So you're in New Zealand, you can short at the moment, in my opinion. AUD yen, weekly, you're coming to weekly support. I don't think you're quite there. I think you've got a little bit of a way to go. 902. Okay. Yeah, 90.19 probably. Or 90.2, you can start to look long. You have got a bit of rejection at the moment, maybe. Short term, you'll pull up, but I think eventually you'll get down here. That's my bias for AUD yen. NASDAQ, please. Absolutely. Thanks for asking. Someone is alive, someone's awake. That's good. NASDAQ, I said it was a short. It's come down slightly. My bias now, you can see this is weak. It doesn't interest me enormously. Would I be surprised if you tap up slightly higher? No. But what I would probably do is I'd re-short. If you push up there, that's still short for me. So 14.43. Slight jitter on this very early support, and I think you'll come lower eventually, just because you come up for so long. Okay, so I would expect something like that soonish. That's the Nasdaq, and it's just because you've seen all this previous PA. That's your reference point. You've got more of it up here, so I would DCA in over here short as well. Spread your position out. Don't go mad. You're turning here slightly, but you just need a bit of momentum. Pull you down to something like this or this. Okay, this area, ideal. Start to exit. That's Nasdaq. Hope that helps. There are people taking my free training now and joining the webinar, which is good. You can get that at willsebastian.com. Okay. So, yeah, I think I can't see any more questions. This has been a good stream. I think there's been loads of people in here. There normally is. I normally get quite a lot of likes, comments, shares, which I'm blessed for. Thank you for that. I hope it helps. As I said, if you want to be a full Academy member, I've dropped the price for today. You can learn with me and I can share what I know and how I trade on a daily basis consistently for gains safely. That is the key thing here, safely. It's not about massive wins, massive losses. It's about thousands of trades with lowish value over and over again. That is how you extend the variance structure. Think about it like this. If you're going for a massive win, okay, your downside is a massive loss. Inherently, that's how things will have to work. And the problem with that is that can cost your whole broker account in one go. If you're sitting there and you lose and win and lose and win, 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 lose, win, 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 lose, lose, win, 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 lose, 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 win, win, lose, 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 win, 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 and your risk is small, but your gains are also relatively small, you will win more than you lose. And it won't matter if you lose because you're not going to lose your account and all your capital. You're well in control of your drawdown. You shouldn't be panicking at night if you went long and you're accumulating loss, because you don't need to close it out in loss. You don't need a stop loss. And you can hedge and you can do many things to mitigate that loss at all times. So just bear that in mind. It's not the be all and end all, and signal following, it's not going to work long term. You might win like 5 trades in a row and you'll lose everything on the 6th. You cannot trade blindly. You have to trade small and consistently. Okay, that's what traders do. They don't have massive risk. They know one big risk and it's over. That is not a long-term business. That is not. I mean, if you ran a business and you relied everything on one sale, otherwise everything went, you wouldn't have a business very long. So just bear that in mind. So as the debt ceiling news comes, trade small. If you want to get started myself, get my free training, join my webinar. Okay, go to willsebastian.com. If you want to be a full Academy member, message me on Discord, and it's cheaper and you get bonuses with it as well, like my mentoring, stuff like that. And no matter your level, I'll see you inside. Thanks for watching, guys. See you there.